lesson, motion. The last topic in our lesson is equations of motion. We have done the graphical representation of motion. We have seen how to find out the, you can find out the speed from the distance time graph, as well as from velocity time graph you can find out the acceleration, or you can also find out the area enclosed under velocity time graph gives you the position or the distance of the object. Now if an object is moving with uniform acceleration, then it is easy to relate the velocity, the acceleration, the position of the object with the help of graph to in certain time interval. Just to find out the relation between velocity, acceleration, time and distance, there are three equations of motion. These three equations are find out the relation when an object is moving in uniform acceleration, then how can we relate its velocity, its acceleration in certain time period. These three equations of motion are for that purpose. Now the first equation of motion is v is equals to u plus at. Second, s is equals to ut plus half of at square. And third equation is v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Here children, you do not know much about these equations of motion. Let me make it very clear. These symbols you have to write as it is. And this only will be the first, and this will be the second, and this will be the third equation of motion. You cannot change them. If I talk about first equation, that means I may not tell you that v is equals to u plus at. I will not speak this equation. I will ask you to write just derive first equation of motion. If I am talking about first equation of motion, that means I am talking about this equation. If I am asking you to derive second equation of motion, it means I am talking about this equation, s is equal to ut plus half of at square. And third equation, v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Now what is v, what is u, what is a and what is t? You all must be knowing, but let me make it revise it. Let us revise it. V is the final velocity of an object. U is the initial velocity of the object. A is the acceleration and T is the time taken by the object to change its velocity from U to V. S is the distance. So now it's clear. Now in this equation there is only velocity, acceleration and time. Acceleration is find out, we know that acceleration is a rate of change of velocity. So the other name of this equation is first equation. The other name of first equation of motion is velocity time relation. Velocity time equation. If somebody asks you to derive velocity time equation, they may not ask you to derive first equation of motion. They may ask this way also. In the exam you may be asked to derive velocity time equation. That means you have to derive the first equation of motion. The other name of our second equation of motion is, this is distance. Distance time equation. In third equation there is no time. There is velocity and position. When you cover certain distance, when you stop at that point, from that distance we can find out your position. So this equation is also known as velocity position equation. These are the other names of these three equations of motions. Now first of all we have to derive our first equation of motion, that is velocity time equation, that is v is equals to u plus at. Now how are we going to derive that equation? Children, I have not written what you have to write before you start your derivation. First of all, you have to, how are you going to start your derivation? What are you going to write there? First you will write, and along with that, in your syllabus there is a graphical. You have to derive these equations of motion by graphical method. Do not use mathematical methods. In certain books, in few books, Mathematical method is also given, but that is not in our syllabus. We have to use the graphical method only. So how are you going to draw the graph first, and from that graph you have to derive the equation. That is why it is known as graphical representation of equations of motion, because you are deriving these equations through graph. So let us start. Suppose an object is moving with certain initial velocity. You started the scooter, your velocity is A. You are moving. Suppose an object is already moving with certain initial velocity up to point A. I have to, because this is velocity time equation, so graph will be of velocity time. Time we are going to take along x-axis and velocity will be along y-axis. Suppose an object is moving with certain initial velocity. How I am going to depict this line on my graph? Let me write this. An object, suppose, is moving with certain initial velocity. This is velocity and this is time. Suppose the object at till point A. Object is moving with certain initial velocity at point A. Then its velocity changes from A to B in time t. Suppose it has taken the time t in changing its velocity from A to B. This slope, the slope of the velocity time graph, if it is a straight line, it means the object is moving with uniform acceleration. Now, as the velocity has changed from u to v, we know that rate of change of velocity is known as acceleration. Object's velocity has changed from u to v. Now, object has moved from A to B in time t. It has taken the time t in moving from A to B. It has moved moved with the velocity of certain velocity. Its velocity has changed from u to v in time t. Now, how I am going to draw the equation, or how I am going to derive the equation from this information? Now, I have to complete this information. How? I am going to do certain. See, what I am going to do? I am going to draw a perpendicular from point B. Let us consider it as C. Now, how will I find out the value of velocity? Because this is the velocity, it has stopped at this point. How will I correspond this? To corresponding to this point, I am going to draw another line at this point. Let me give it a name as E. Now it is clear. Earlier the velocity was u, this is the initial velocity, and BC is the final velocity, that is depicted by V. Now I am going to draw another line from point A, which is parallel to this time axis, and let me give it a name as D. I have given it the name as D. Now, this is the complete graph. Wow, why I have taken here the dotted lines? Because I am using the constructions. I am doing certain constructions here to complete my derivation. So that is why whatever is given, that will be I have drawn first, and then I have done the construction to complete my graph and to draw the more information from this graph. Now we know that very well clear from this graph that object was initially moving with a certain velocity u at point A. Till point A, its velocity was u. Initial velocity u, which is equal to OA. Started from this point, it has gone to point A with initial velocity A. Suppose it was moving with a velocity of 2 meters per second. Up to this point A, the object has moved with a velocity of 2 meters per second. It has not changed with time. Then its velocity changes from A to B at a uniform rate in time t. That means if the velocity is changing, that means the slope of velocity time graph, this is the slope drawn on velocity time graph, this gives us the acceleration. This gives us the acceleration, or we can denote it as small a, acceleration. We know that the final velocity as the object has stopped here at this point, its final velocity up to point B, it moves, it has not stopped up to point B, it has moved with the final velocity V. Now I have drawn the correspondence on these lines. But from the graph, BC is equals to BD plus DC. You know, BC is the final velocity. This is the complete final velocity, BC. Now BC is equals to BD plus DC. BD plus BC. Therefore, now let me give them the name. The name of BC is V, I have written. We do not know the name of BD, but we know the name of DC. But how we know the name of DC? Because this DC is parallel to OA. Here I will write because DC parallel to OA. This is parallel to OA. So whatever is the value of OA, that will be the value of DC. That means in this equation I can put the value of DC as OA. And what is the value of OA? The value of OA is U. So now I got V is equals to BD plus U. But what we need to find out? We need to find out V is equals to U plus A2. This portion we got, this we got. Now left is A2. Now we need to find out the value of BD. How are we going to find out the value of BD? Let's see now. BD. BD is the part of this triangle. Okay. We know that slope of velocity time graph gives us the acceleration. In this graph, if I know the value of these two arms, I can find out the value of this. I already know the value of this. How do I know the value of this? Because AD is parallel to OC and value of OC is T. If the value of OC is T, that means the value of AD is also T. And I know the slope of velocity time graph gives us the acceleration, that is represented by small a. Therefore, we know that slope of velocity time graph gives us acceleration, that is a. So acceleration a is equal to slope of line AB. That is equal to slope of line AB. Now this AB, there is a triangle ADB, or you can say BAD. Now how I am going to find out this arm from this triangle? I know that AB, that is acceleration, is equals to velocity upon time. A is equals to V upon T. We know the formula. So what is the value of V here? BD in this graph, BD upon AB. A will be equal to BD upon AB. A is equals to BD we need to find out. I will keep it as BD only. AD we know, I have already told you AD. That is equal to OC, that is equals to T. Now if I take this T here, I get the value of BD. BD is equals to AT. Now I will put the value of this BD in this equation. Then I will get. Now let us put the value of BD in equation 1. In place of BD, what can I write? I can write AT. So V is equals to AT plus U. Or V is equals to U plus AT. This is how we derive first equation of motion. Children, first of all, to derive the equation of motion, you have to write a statement. For all the three equations, you will use the same statement. What is that statement? That I have not written here, but I am explaining. You have to write, suppose an object is moving with certain initial velocity at point A. Then its velocity changes from A to B in time t. Then further, let us to complete this graph, let us draw the perpendicular from point B on this time axis and give it a name as BC. Now we draw another correspondence on the velocity axis and let us give it a name as E. Now we draw another line AD which is parallel to OC on BC. Fine. These three constructions we have done, so that is why there are three dotted lines in this graph. Now we know from this graph it is very well clear. I have already told you what these symbols means. U is the initial velocity. What will be the initial velocity? OA. And final velocity is BC, that is equals to V. Now BC is equals to BD plus DC. V is equals to BD plus DC. DC. This is parallel to OA. So whatever will be the value of OA, that will be the value of DC. So I am going to put the value as U. Now what else do I need here? AD. How do I get AD? Now let's see how do we get AD here. Now we need to find out the value of BD. We know that slope of velocity time graph gives us the acceleration, that is A. There is triangle now, ADA, BAD. In this triangle, this is the slope which represents the acceleration. AD is the time because this is parallel to OC. So whatever is the value of OC, that will be the value of AD, that is T. Now I know now how to get BD. A is equals to BD upon AD. BD upon AD. The value of AD is T. So when I multiply A into T, I get the value of BD. Now I put the value of BD in this first equation of motion. That is V is equals to AT plus U, or I can write V is equals to U plus AT. That's all for the first equation of motion. Second equation in the next video. Thank you.